Yes, yes. Welcome back to another edition of Go Long Live. I am your host, Barry Long the second, not the first, not the third. I am the second. I am going to be joined by my main man, as I am each and every single day, Mo Murphy. See, I got the long shot, little small top hat on today with my Karate Kid shirt, which I know about Mr. Miyagi. Shout out to my sensei. He watches every show. You know who you are. But without any further ado, let's bring in my main man, Mo Murphy. What's going on, Mo?
What's going on, bro? What's good?
Not much, man. You got the high top fade going on today.
Bro, it's not a high top, bro.
Well,
Nah,
what?
it's
what
not a high top, bro.
okay, all right.
I got hair. I got hair on the back.
How would you describe them? How would you describe that hairstyle? What do you call it?
I can't call it anything 'cause I'm in the military.
Call the
and I
Mo
ain't
Murphy.
Nope. I can't call it anything. I'm not giving away my secret. All right.
I'm gonna walk into the salon or to the barber and be like, yo, let me get that Mo Murphy. All right, man. So real quick, I just wanted to just update what we talked about yesterday. The whole, because we talk sports here on Go Long Live, but yeah, the whole Travis Scott thing, that jank is crazy. So it's relevant for us because we are live on CoachellaValley.com, which is where the Coachella Fest is held each and every year. It will be held here this year. Hopefully, we're crossing our fingers. They canceled it the last 2 years, but Travis Scott's supposed to be performing at this Coachella Fest, and he's not going to be performing here because there's a big protest. There's a big old petition online that's trying to ban him from all festivals, any kind of concerts, because apparently this guy's been known to tell people to rush the stage. So when you had 8 people die at Astroworld, now you're really messing with Travis Scott. Bottom line, he's probably not going to be performing at Coachella Fest, which is kind of a bummer, but yeah, man, just real crazy. And then, but you know, he came out. He's with Kylie Jenner. Kylie said, she put out a statement saying that they're devastated, sorry about the loss of life that happened at Astroworld, but they will pay for all the funerals, which is, I don't know, like it's crazy. It's like money can do anything, man. Like, yo, I'm sorry I killed you, but I pay for your funeral. It's like it's terrible. Humanity is terrible. All right, so how was your day yesterday, man? We got to watch a little bit of college basketball. Did you get to catch that Kentucky Duke game?
Yeah, I watched Kentucky Duke. I watched my Buckeyes barely pull off the win over Akron. Man, I checked out a lot, man. I was able to see Amani Bates, college debut of Memphis. Woo! That boy's something different. Well, I'm tell you like that. No, that boy Amani Bates something different. Yeah, everybody talking about everybody else. Everybody don't want to be the ones to show stars to the. They don't want to show their flowers to the real stars because the real stars get enough love. Well, that's what I'm here for, baby. Because hey, him and Chet, the real deal, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
You got real Florida right there for a minute.
Hey, Amani and Chet, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be serious. It's gonna be serious. It's gonna be very serious. College basketball should be exciting. Most people, the casual fans, don't usually pick up around till the week before March is when the casual fan picks up. We watching all year long this year.
Yeah, conference tournament time is around the time everybody start really watching college basketball as far as the casual fans. But watch college basketball every day, almost every day.
Yes, sir. All right, so and then also we have some Odell Beckham Jr. news. Odell Beckham Jr. will be going to nowhere yet. We don't know yet. All we know is that he's cleared waivers. No team wanted to pay that waiver. And shout out to Cleveland because, everybody wanted to claim Odell, but Cleveland put in a little stipulation where there's like this roster bonus that's tied to his contract to where it made it difficult for just random teams to pick him up. They wanted to make sure that to make him happy and send him to a contending team. So right now we have found out that the 3 teams on his list, he has a short list of teams. Earlier, we found out that the Seahawks were on there. We found out that the Rams potentially were on there. But now we're hearing that it's just the Packers, Chiefs, and the Saints. Now, the people out there who don't really know the history of Odell Beckham Jr., don't know anything about him, just know that he had that amazing catch on Sunday Night Football when he was with the Giants against the Cowboys. And just know that he has beautiful hair, and he's a good football player. He's actually from New Orleans. So, yeah, it may not look like that's the best quarterback situation for him, being that Jameis Winston is now injured. They have Taysom Hill. They have Trevor Siemian. He's from New Orleans. So a lot of players would like to go home and play for their hometown team. growing up at some point in their career. And he has an opportunity to now because he can sign with anybody. So that's on his short list. Now you also got the Chiefs. Everybody's talking about, the Chiefs, they're top heavy and they've been struggling this year and their defense is terrible. One thing that would help him out on offense, that would help Patrick Mahomes out, is a better receiver. Somebody who's on the other side of Tyreek Hill. Mecole Hardman has not really progressed into that number 2 spot that we thought he would. Brian Pringle's not the weapon that we thought he would be. Travis Kelce is going to be Travis Kelce. He's still going to play well. He hasn't played his best ball this year, but Patrick Mahomes will definitely get Odell Beckham Jr. the ball, and Odell Beckham Jr. wants the damn ball. And Pat Mahomes needs another weapon. He does. He needs another weapon. And the other potential spot is where you've been saying he should go, Mo Murphy, all along. You've been saying he should go to Green Bay. Are you still on the Green Bay decision bus or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. Do you want to win or do you want to go home? Like you want to go jail or do you want to go home? Do you want to win or do you want to go home? If you want to go home, go join New Orleans. I mean, they'll be a good team. Don't get me wrong. When Jameis come back next year, they'll be a good team. But they ain't winning a Super Bowl with Jameis. Like, you look at, we thought Seattle was potential. We heard the Rams. We heard the Chiefs. And now, obviously, we know it's the Chiefs, Packers, Saints. But we heard Seattle and we heard the Rams. So basically, let's just put this in perspective. It was Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, or Jameis Winston. If I'm picking based on quarterback and best situation for me as a wide receiver, any of those 4 teams over New Orleans. New Orleans will be good, but as long as Brady's in Tampa, that's pretty much Tampa's division. So I think Jameis is good, but you don't know what New Orleans is gonna do. They're tight in the cap. Where I think just go play for a great quarterback. Jameis is a little above average, but I don't know how much of an upgrade Jameis is over Baker or Eli Manning when he played with Eli Manning. Bro, go play with Russ. Go play with Mahomes. Go play with Aaron Rodgers. Go play with Matt Stafford. Hell, just go play with a great quarterback. Go what you want. But I think Green Bay makes the most sense. Still to this day, you look at the wide receiver room, at worst, he'll be wide receiver 2 the minute he steps on the field for Green Bay.
Yeah, and Davante Adams is, a clear number 1. Probably a lot of people think that he's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. He certainly is ranked the highest on Madden. And you can see his frustration with Jordan Love last week. But when you look at the percentage of the balls that are thrown his way, I mean, he's getting probably 75 to 80% of the targets from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, so you could either look at it one of 2 ways. You can say, hey,
Odell ain't on the other side.
Yeah. You can look at it and say one way, hey, and Davante Adams isn't a wide receiver that's caused a lot of drama on the sidelines when he's not getting the ball. I mean, they were highlighting the looks on his face and his frustration that he was showing in his body language this past Sunday with Jordan Love not being able to get on the ball. But I don't think that he would be on the sidelines or upset if Odell Beckham's getting just as many balls as he's getting. So I think that's a good spot. You make a good point right there. But just when we're looking at the contract's whole potential of where he's going to go, he's going to be a free agent after this season. So he's a free agent right now. He'll sign for the rest of the season, and then he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. And hopefully he wants to land a long-term deal with somebody. Now, this could be just a little short, rental, like they do in Major League Baseball when the Dodgers went out and got Max Scherzer for half the season, and then next season he's gone somewhere. Or this could be a potential spot where they make cap room and they sign him long-term. But I think Green Bay, if you're looking at Green Bay for just this season, I think, yes, potentially that is one of the best spots that he could go to because they're looking like Super Bowl or bust at this point. They're looking like especially with the way that they've been winning and the mentality that Aaron Rodgers had coming into the season. And Davante Adams. Davante Adams he's not getting his money. He's not getting paid the big contract that he wants from Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers had his issues with the front office. They both, before they went into training camp, they both posted the picture of the Last Dance documentary, basically saying that they're going into this thing as a last dance. They're going to win a championship. And when I saw that, I was like, hey, Aaron Rodgers, man, I was convinced. I'm convinced that maybe this might be a Super Bowl year. But when you start seeing these wins that they've been compiling, like Aaron Rodgers has 32 seconds, he comes down and wins. The game against the Cardinals, the way that AJ Green didn't turn around at all, and just the way that the whole interception happened, they've had 4 or 5 wins that were just unbelievable. And it starts to feel like they got a little bit of that magic they get Odell Beckham Jr. in there and he wins, I think it's going to be a special thing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Do you think that he fits with a team like the Raiders?
No, for what? Like, yes, but no. Like, my thing is, like, if you really want, like, I'm gonna tell you, outside of Green Bay, I think Seattle make perfect sense too. And everybody like, why Seattle?
Yeah, why Seattle?
Because Russ is coming back off of IR. They're 3-5 right now. They're not a good team. They're bad. They've been playing with Geno Smith. Like, they were a decent team. Russell Wilson is coming back off of IR. They are one game out of the 7th seed behind Atlanta. So, second half of the season, 9 games left. You could turn it around and be 5-3. I think they'd be a lot better. Let Russ cook. You know what I'm saying? Russ been like, let him cook. You put Odell Beckham in the slot, or you have DK Odell and Tyler Lockett, and you'll be able to put Odell in the slot where he will absolutely be a mismatch. He's a route runner. DK ain't really a route runner. He's a home run hitter. He's a freak athlete.
DK is a freaking.
But Odell is the speedster. He's the route runner. Him and Lockett. Man, there's so many things they could do within that offense. And then Chris Carson might be coming back this week. If not this week, he'll be coming back next week. So you look at it, Seattle with the addition of Odell Beckham and Russ and Chris Carson coming back could easily make a second half run in the season. All they got to do is get there. All they got to do in the second half of the season is be better than Atlanta, Carolina, maybe New Orleans, and Minnesota. All they got to do is get there. Once they get there, I mean, Russell Wilson knows he can get to the Super Bowl. He can cook in the playoffs. So, I mean, it'd be real deadly. If he don't go to Green Bay and he went to Seattle, it could get real deadly, especially since it might start this Sunday if Aaron Rodgers don't play for Green Bay this Sunday. The second half of rise of Russell Wilson might start this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers.
It certainly might. And we're going to go division by division here shortly and talk about who we think, now that we're halfway through the season, who we think are going to win that division still. But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It definitely does make a lot of sense. I like what Seattle's doing, and I think that, you know, we saw Pete Carroll come out and say that it certainly is on the table for them to get Odell Beckham Jr. You make a good point. You could put OBJ in the slot. You still got Lockett. You still got DK Metcalf. Chris Carson comes back. That automatically becomes one of the best offenses in football. But you're still looking at, they have to catch Arizona. They got to catch LA because they're in the same division. And they don't got to catch. So you're saying wild card.
They're not going to win the division, but they ain't got to catch them. Like, they're not worried about what the Rams and Arizona do. Like, that, those two have the division and the wild card locked up, whatever. They're worried about New Orleans, who might fall off with Trevor Siemian, no Jameis. They're definitely worried about the team that they're a game behind in Atlanta. They're worried about the team who's half a game ahead of them in Carolina. They're worried about Minnesota, who they have the same record as. That's who they're competing against. All Seattle has to do with the addition of Odell is get there, and things could change, because you don't want to be that 2 seed having to play Seattle. Like, that's not going to be an easy out. So all they got to do is get there.
And when I look at the short list of Odell Beckham Jr., like I was looking at the New Orleans, like, oh my, like New Orleans is not the place to go if he wants to win this season. But long term, I mean, playing for your hometown team could be a nice thing. And then Jameis Winston is going to come back, and it's not like he had a career-ending injury. You know, knock on wood, that he doesn't have a career-ending injury. But long term, New Orleans may not be a bad spot. And Sean Payton is going to find a way to get him the ball and draw some great plays. Michael Thomas will come back. That could be a good tandem too. So, I mean, if he's thinking about just this season, Green Bay, you know, maybe. But long term, Seattle. I'm thinking long term. Definitely not LA, because LA is just not a place where I don't. They have so many stars. They have so many different cap issues. I don't think LA is a place long term for Odell Beckham Jr. But we'll see. Why you shaking your head like that?
For the next 3 years? Like, that's not a destination to play with Matt Stafford.
I'm saying they're gonna have to find a way to keep him, because they got a lot of people to pay.
And winning cures a lot of things. I can tell you that winning cures a lot of things. With what comes with winning makes you bargain a little different, especially when you're Odell Beckham. Like, you know, he is Odell Beckham. He is one of the biggest stars of this generation in sports, whether people like it or not. Like, the ladies love him. hair
The
companies.
guys love him too. Everybody loves
Like,
Odell
bro,
Beckham
it's
too.
Odell Beckham. Like, he's social media famous on top of being an athlete, like a famous wide receiver. Like, so, bro, I think LA would be perfect for his brand, and he'd be able to take a pay cut to stay.
He still has a house in LA. But yeah, he would definitely have to take a pay cut. But you're right. He can make all that money up in endorsements. So maybe we'll see. They got a lot of people to pay. They better win it all. They better win it all this year. All right, Mir Saman, he says hi. And then we got Albert Lucernas Tablante says stay safe and healthy. And then I can't even read the name, can't even read the comment, but we appreciate you for commenting internationally. We say international show. We are Go Long Live. I am Barry Long II. This is my main man, Mo Murphy. And Mo Murphy, we got to break down some of these divisions. Now, we're halfway through the NFL season. And this is where you start to see who is who. But the AFC is just a hot mess. It's all over the place. And when it started the AFC East, now it's basically a race between two teams with the Bills and the Patriots. The Bills at 5-3, Patriots at 5-4. The Patriots, a lot of people have been shocked. They started off a little bit slow, but they've won 3 in a row. And they're looking pretty good right now, especially that win against Carolina that they just had. Now, I'm still sticking with the Bills to win this division. Who are you picking to win this division in the long run?
I'm gonna rock with the Bills. Let's not get too hype on New England. They haven't beat nobody outside the Chargers. They don't have a quality win. They beat the Jets twice. They beat the Texans. Like when you look at who they beat the Panthers. Like they've only beat one team with over a 500 record. Chargers are kind of trending down, staying afloat is how we look at them. So yeah, I'm not buying the hype of New England. And then Buffalo had a dud against Jacksonville, but they're still the better team, and we know that offense can get hot. Just got, a little lackadaisical in the middle of the season. So I think Buffalo runs away with the division still.
Do you think that the Patriots have an opportunity to be the wild card? Are you not believers in them?
They got an opportunity. I mean,
do you see them being there though? I mean, everybody, of course, they have an opportunity, but do you think they'll be there when the dust settles?
I'm not stamping on it. No, like I'm not going to put a stamp on them being in there, but I won't be surprised. But you're not going to hear me say the Patriots are going to be in the wild card. I'm not doing that. So yeah,
and that's another interesting team that was on that list. It's not on the short list of Odell Beckham, but they were on the long list. And people were saying, hey, if the Patriots get Odell Beckham Jr., that could be a surprising move by Bill Belichick because they really don't have a definitive number one wide receiver on that team. But I think he goes up there and we forget all about him. I don't think that's a spot for Odell Beckham, and I don't think that they'll get the wild card. Not with the other teams that we're looking at, these other divisions. So, let's look at this AFC West. Let's go directly out to the West. Now, this division is the craziest division that we've seen this year, with the exception of the AFC North. We got two. Every single team in this division has 5 wins. Okay, 2 teams have already had the bye, the Chargers and the Raiders, so they're 5-3. But then the Chiefs are 5-4. The Broncos are 5-4. Who do you like to win this division? And do you think that 3 teams out of this division will make it to the playoffs?
I'm going to do it.
Do it.
The Kansas City Chiefs going to win the AFC West, bro.
What?
Do it. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs are listen.
That's because they get Odell, right? That's because they get Odell.
I don't care.
That's with the caveat that they get Odell.
I don't care about Odell. No.
They're going to win it with or without Odell.
Yes. Yeah. They are. Because, first off, the Chargers have showed you they're not as great as everybody wanted to deem them early on in the season.
Okay.
And they're all going to have to battle it out. The Chiefs start playing with the Raiders. Now, the Chiefs do have at least one more loss left on their schedule because they do play the Dallas Cowboys. But so do the Raiders. So, therefore, they do have a loss
He's
left.
a Cowboys fan, by the way.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's close. It's very, very close. Like, it's so close that it comes down. The Chiefs are going to have to beat the Broncos in Week 17 in order to win the division. That will be a must-win game for them. But if they come out victorious, they will be the AFC West champs. I'm rocking with them.
It's crazy how, 3 weeks ago, people were ready to put the Chiefs out. Like, I put them out of the playoffs already. And now I'm looking at this division, and I'm like, man.
Don't you do it. You better not say Kansas City. You're not allowed to say Kansas City.
I'm not allowed to say Kansas. No. I'm not. I'm not, and I can't.
They're not gonna make the playoffs, so I'm not.
I know.
They
know.
win the division.
I'm not gonna pick them to win the division.
Hold
I'm not doing.
You wanted to?
I wanted to. I'm going Chargers. I'm going Chargers to win this division. I'm still a believer in the Chargers. I think that I do think the Kansas City Chiefs sneak in there, especially if they get Odell Beckham. Oh man, how could I feel so terrible. How could I ever turn my back on Patrick Mahomes? I should have known. And you tried to tell me. You told me I was wilding out.
You might have to learn the hard way, bro. It's all.
All right, we got a comment from Angel Fuentes. Hello. Please don't get that vaccine. We need to protect our own health.
All right, bro.
Yeah, this is a sports show and not a political show, but I'll just let you know I'm vaccinated, so I guess I'm in the alien experiment. Would you go up to outer space if they ask you to? Because like Jeff Bezos, this is like a 10-minute flight to outer space, Mo Murphy. Would you go up?
No, I'm not going to space, bro.
Bro, did you see the look on Jeff Bezos' face when he came back? He looked like that first time you've ever been on a roller coaster and you get off and you're like, oh, let's go again. That was what his face looked like, bro. If they sign up people to go to outer space, sign me up first.
No, bro, I'm a human being, which means I need to stay within the realms of planet Earth, bro.
I'm a human being.
I'm not leaving Earth, bro.
Well,
let's stay here and die.
Well, all right. Well, this guy is not a human being either. His name is Lamar Jackson, and he is leading the AFC North in that division. So you got the Chiefs winning the AFC West. I got the Chargers winning the AFC West. I still got the Chiefs making the playoffs in the wild card. Now, Lamar Jackson is not a human being. This guy is basically all of our offense for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm a Ravens fan. We sit at 6-2, winning that division right now. Got a game tomorrow night against the Miami Dolphins. Hopefully, we'll be 7-2. But coming off a big win, you don't want to have a letdown. So you never know. And plus, we don't know if Tua or Jacoby Brissett's going to play in that game. But you got the Steelers at 5-3. The Steelers have been able to win these ugly games. The games get mucked up, and they are like it looks like they're going to lose. It looks like they're going to lose. Looks like they're going to lose, and all of a sudden they win. They won 4 in a row. The Steelers are 5-3. The Browns are 5-4 after coming off of a big win after losing Odell Beckham. And the Bengals, who were looking really good after they beat the Ravens a couple weeks ago, are now have lost 2 in a row and are 5-4. I've got the Ravens winning this division, and I've also got the Steelers making it to the playoffs. Who do you have winning the division?
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Woo!
The Ravens are gonna have to win their Week 17 matchup against the Steelers. They might be tied. They might be tied, or Steelers are behind a game and ultimately have to, could win if they win a certain way or win that tiebreaker based on what they do for the rest of the season. But the AFC North will come down to the Baltimore Ravens playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the winner of that game will ultimately win the AFC North. The loser of that game will go to the playoffs. So I'm with you. Both teams go to the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that'd be great though. Especially on Week 17, something that's really on the line. They battling on the line for that division. And maybe home field advantage. We'll see. But I definitely think that the Steelers are tough, man. Mike Tomlin, man, doesn't matter who he's got out at quarterback, how many injuries he has on defense or offense. They find a way to get it done. One of the best coaches of all time, in my opinion. All right, now this is an interesting division because the Titans sit. This is the NFC South. Now we're going. The Titans sit 7-2. The Colts are 4-5. The Jaguars and Texans are basically insignificant at this point. Jags being 2-6, Texas being 1-8. But the Colts 4-5, looking good. They won a game, this past week, and the Titans, who are 7-2, they did lose Derrick Henry for the remainder of the regular season. At least we know that, or at least most of the remainder of the regular season. So, who do you like to win this division? I still like the Titans, even though I don't believe in Adrian Peterson. I think that they have enough weapons on the offense side of the ball with Julio Jones. I think that they'll find different ways to win. And Tannehill will keep the ship afloat to the point where they're still winning this division and they get into the playoffs. Although it may look a little rocky because I do think the Colts will challenge them. Who do you like to win this division?
Yeah, I'm going with the Titans. Just plain and simple. They're better. The Colts suck. The Colts are trash. The Texans are horrible. The Jags are bad. Like, I'm going Titans by default, even though Derrick Henry, they do have a good enough offense We saw McNichols is decent enough. Adrian Peterson will get going. Like he got in the end zone, but you don't want to just judge him and say he's just completely fried off his first game back. Like even Marshawn Lynch, when he had returned out of retirement or whatever, like he looked slow the first couple games, but you kind of have Adrian Peterson there for really veteran leadership. And he's still a big, strong guy. Like at the end of the day, he's a goal line guy. He's a 4th and 1 guy. So Adrian Peterson is going to have some use. I trust that Ryan Tannehill will do a good enough job. All he has to do is be better than Carson Wentz, a rookie Trevor Lawrence, and the combination of Tyrod Taylor and Davis Mills. That's all. Essentially, that's it. And
Shout out to Tyrod Taylor.
I trust that he could at least do that. So I'm going to give him the benefit. He's going to do that with Julio, with A.J. Brown, with first grade at their tight end. So they'll be fine. They'll win the division.
Absolutely. And
nobody else make the playoffs out of this division.
Hey, man, the Colts, man. The Colts, y'all better watch out for the Colts, man. They got a good defense. They got a good running game.
Trash.
All right, now let's go to your division. Now, the Cowboys are 6-2. The Eagles are 3-6. Giants 3-6. Washington 2-6. I don't think anybody will debate anyone else if they say the Cowboys win this division. Do you agree?
Yeah, did you just hear those records? Trash. All trash. We went
NFC least this year, man.
It ain't going to be the least, though, because you got one of them teams is in the upper echelon of the NFL, and that is Dallas Cowboys. We go bounce back against Atlanta. So all you AT aliens, y'all better get ready because we about to get out of down this weekend. All right, we about to
that offense looks stagnant as I don't know what this past weekend.
We'll be fine.
Y'all better get it. Y'all better get it right.
We'll be fine. We had a dud. I'm not worried about it. We'll be fine.
All right. So let's go. So you talked about the Falcons. Y'all playing against the Falcons this week. They're in the NFC South. Let's jump right there. Now the NFC South is a little bit interesting because you got the Bucs at 6-2, the Saints at 5-3 without a real threat at quarterback right now. The Falcons are 4-4. They have a former MVP in their quarterback right now. And then you got the Panthers led by Sam Darnold at 4-5. Who do you like winning this division? And do you think that another team can make it out of into the wild card from this division?
Well, by default, I'm going to take the Bucs. Now, I'm going to tell you, 2 weeks ago, you know what I'm saying, was doing our show, See You Sunday, and I said that if New Orleans beats Tampa a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, now that whenever their last game against each other is, that will probably determine the NFC South. Jameis is gone. I don't even know. I don't know if they could stay afloat. Like, yeah, Trevor Siemian, they came in that Bucs game, finished it, they won, but you saw like they couldn't beat Atlanta. Like, it's going to be tough for him. Like, he is who he is. He's a backup quarterback.
Should they go out and get Cam Newton?
No. Sorry, Cam fans, but no, we shouldn't do that either.
I don't know, man. Like, you got to get –
and
Trevor Siemian ain't gonna get you there. Bro, Taysom Hill ain't gonna get you there neither.
The disrespect that Sean Payton ever thought Taysom Hill had a chance to be the starting quarterback. They'd be the worst team in football if he played quarterback this year. That man is trash. He got outbeat for a starting spot, and he's still not starting this week to Trevor Siemian, who's proved he's trash. Trash. Taysom Hill's trash.
So go get Cam. Don't get on the damn phone and get Cam Newton there. That's what I say. You don't want to throw this season. You're 5-3. You're 5-3 with that defense. With like Cam Howard, like,
we don't know
Jordan, whatever.
We don't know if Cam is even good to go. Like we don't like. Yeah, he might be healthy, but like, okay, Cam comes in there and stinks it up. Then what?
And he definitely and he knows the division because he played in the division for his.
He lost a lot in that division too. What are we talking about here?
All right, hey, look, real quick, just because this before I forget, this is the meme of the day. Okay. This came from NFL memes on IG.
Oh yeah, this had me rolling.
Yeah, it's an incomplete fracture for Sam Darnold. Jonathan Rabb says this man can't even complete a fracture. It's looking bad in Carolina. I feel terrible for all Carolina fans. I mean, Sam Darnold just makes some awful decisions. All right, so we got a couple more divisions. We got to talk about this NFC West.
Pull the comment up real quick.
I don't have the comments. No.
Oh no, I'm saying pull the comments in our show. Comments.
Okay.
Don't even focus on it. Just pull it up. We got beef. We got vaccine beef on this. We got beef, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat going on in the comments.
Hold
Like,
on, let me pull up the first comment. Angel says, "Hello, hi. Please don't get that."
shout out
And then
to
Hans,
and
then Hans claps back. Then Hans claps back. I already got the vaccine. I'm getting a boost. And I'm getting a booster. I'm getting a booster too. Yo, shout out to the comment section. You can comment as well, like Hands and like Angel. But yeah, man.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to do that.
That is awesome. No, that is awesome. All right, let's finish up these divisions real quick. So we got the NFC West. You got the Cardinals at 8-1, the Rams at 7-2, Seahawks at 3-5, 49ers at 3-5. Who do you have winning this division between the Cardinals and the Rams?
I'm sticking with my preseason pick. I'm going to Rams. Rams are going to win the division. The Cardinals look really good. They look a lot better than I thought. I whiffed on, I said they were going to be the third or fourth best team. I think I said fourth, actually. Fourth best team in the division. They've turned out to be the best up to this point. But I think the Rams win it. Like, I trust Sean McVay. I trust Matt Stafford. It's not that I don't trust Kyler Murray, but Cliff Kingsbury gonna do something. He gonna do something to mess it up. So
I'm a Cliff fan, man. Now, man, like I like Cliff.
I don't like Big 12 coaches, to be honest.
Like Heathcliff Kingsbury,
no.
or Clifford Kingsbury. It's one or the other. But
pretty boy.
I do like the Rams as well to win this division. But I think it's going to come down to that final week.
I'll say that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a tight race all season long. All right, the last one we got before we get out of here is the NFC North, and I mean it's basically the Vikings are 3-5, Bears are 3-6, Lions are 0-8, and you've got the Packers looking pretty at the top at 7-2, despite having that terrible game by Jordan Love. Do you like them to win this division?
No, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say the Detroit Lions don't lose another game and they win the division. No, I'm just playing. Don't take me on that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers, bro.
And I don't know who the hell this dude is. This is not Aaron Rodgers. This is ever since he started dating this new chick, this new actress. Now he's got his hair gone long. Like he's probably like
Jesus.
That's Darren Rodgers. That's his brother. Yeah, he doesn't have the Jesus look going on, man. But yeah, man, we'll see. I think they got a real chance to land Odell Beckham, and if they do, look out for the rest of the league. Same goes with the with the Chiefs. We could be looking at a Chiefs Packers Super Bowl. Could very easily happen. All right.
What? Man.
If the Chiefs get Odell Beckham.
Man,
look, Patrick Mahomes, I'm sorry for picking against you, man.
No, you can't say that. You are not allowed to say that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this man said the Chiefs were not going to make the playoffs. Ride that wave. You could be right. You could be right. I could still be right. For saying they win the division, they could be trash for the next. And you could just look at me and be like, Mo Murphy, that take about the Kansas City winning the division was trash. But you cannot say anything positive about Chiefs winning.
No, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. Odell Beckham is not going to Kansas City. He's not.
Even if he go to
Kansas, he don't even like barbecue.
If he signs to Kansas City and we come on this show tomorrow, I don't want to hear nothing about you talking about Kansas City wave. No, you said they won't make the playoffs. You had no faith in them.
You're right.
Tell me that Odell, the guy who's played in one playoff game. Oh man. Is going to be the guy who's the reason why the Chiefs go and win the Super Bowl. So, no.
You're right. Hold me accountable, Mo Murphy. Hey, let them know where they can find you at, bro.
Yeah, you can find me at Upper Flames Pod on Twitter, Instagram. Find me at Mo_Chiefs15 on Twitter, Instagram. And as always, make sure you go to offtheballnetwork.com for all your sports and easy entertainment. And I just wrote a new article. And I want to pump this out there because this is the best I felt after writing an article. I wrote about the 5 teams with the most pressure heading into week 10, basically the teams who need wins more than anybody. But in my personal opinion, this is the best article I've written up to date. So I would love everybody to check it out on offtheballnetwork.com and give your honest feedback. If it was trash, come on the show in the comments tomorrow. We might even bring you to let me know it was trash. And I'm okay with that. I take all criticism, but definitely check it out because I feel great about this article that I wrote. So I'd love some feedback.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And y'all can find me on Twitter at Radio Barry Long, on IG at BarryLong_2, on Facebook at BarryLong_II. All right, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. And remember, man, Stay focused, stay motivated, stay inspired. And remember, you're capable of doing anything. So go out and do it. We will see y'all tomorrow talking about that Miami Ravens game. Peace.